mass shooting. But this one struck an especially sensitive nerve for the first African-American president. The Emmanuel AME Church is an epicenter of South Carolina's civil rights movement. It lies in the city where the first shots were fired in America's Civil War.
This is a church that was burned to the ground because its worshipers worked to end slavery.
President Obama has been criticized before for comments that appeared to nudge the scales of justice in racially charged incidents.
If I had a son, he'd look like Trayvon.
Today, he said he was necessarily constrained from talking about the details of the case.
But I don't need to be constrained about the emotions that tragedies like this raise.
He indicated we feel heartache and sadness, but also anger, and he stepped into divisive waters again.
Someone who wanted to inflict harm had no trouble getting their hands on a gun. At some point, we as a country will have to reckon with the fact that this type of mass violence does not happen in other advanced countries.
When the president sought new controls on guns after the Sandy Hook school massacre, Congress sent it down to defeat a bipartisan compromise to expand background checks and to ban so-called assault weapons and high-capacity magazines failed to get 60 Senate votes. There was a backlash, too, as background checks for firearms surged to a record 2.78 million in the month of the Sandy Hook shooting, the largest on record. It sent a loud signal in the 2014 midterm elections that gun control was a toxic issue for Democrats in all but the most secure districts.
To politicize this by beginning to call on gun control, we already know that gun control is not going to stop the violence. Only a change of heart is going to do that.
The Charleston shooting also occurs amidst a crisis in some large American cities, including Baltimore and New York, escalating murder rates as police pull back in the face of unrelenting criticism over aggressive policing. In the already tense atmosphere of America's inner-city neighborhoods, this apparent hate crime may prove to be a true test of peace and calm in the hot summer months ahead. Chris?
More on all this with the panel, Doug. Thank you.